I think we as a community have a responsibility to see to it that this minimum wage that hasn't gone up in almost 10 years is increased so that all boats rise at the same time and we don't leave anybody behind.
And today, January 1st, 2015, the island's minimum wage increases by $1 to $8.25. Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz introduced the bill to raise the minimum wage earlier this year. It was signed into law in July. The legislation initially proposed raising the minimum wage 3 times in the next 3 years, capping off at $10.10. The $1 hike was a compromise after receiving opposition from the island's business community, such as the Guam Hotel and Restaurant Association and the Guam Chamber of Commerce.
Well, we've received concerns about the minimum wage increase all the way back when the bill was first introduced. And if you recall, many of our businesses, especially small businesses, mom and pops, came out in large numbers to oppose this. And they provided real-world economics, not economic theory.
The real-world economics, according to Chamber of Commerce President David Letty, was that the increased labor costs would impact their businesses tremendously. Despite the $1 compromise, Letty says many small businesses are already feeling the pinch, and the additional costs, he says, will be felt community-wide.
We're already seeing it now. We see increased prices at our supermarkets. We're seeing increased prices in real estate. And so that's what happens whenever you have a federally mandated or an artificial wage increase that's not based on the economy, not based on the marketplace. There's a cost.
Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz, however, says the minimum wage increase is to help island residents make ends meet. A prime example, he says, those who work in the tourism industry.
We saw that the mean room rate went from $88 to $140, but the average increase for employees of the hotels went up 28 cents, not 28%, 28 cents in those 5 or 6 years. And so if we're all going to make money, then let's all make money together.
Letty says the chamber is in support of people getting higher wages and moving up the career ladder, but it has to be based on the marketplace.
It has to be based on the economy. Why? Because when you base a minimum a wage increase on the growth of the economy, then there's no cost to anybody. Everybody benefits, both the private sector and the government. But when you legislate a minimum wage increase or artificially increase the minimum wage, then there's a cost. It's not a free lunch. We're going to pay for it one way or another. And so, again, the economy needs to be the driver for wages. That way everybody benefits.
Just recently, Governor Eddie Calvo signed a bill into law which would mandate an independent study to be conducted on the minimum wage hike. The findings would be used to justify future efforts to raise the minimum wage.